Hi, welcome to Art of Yoga with Cat Justice, and this is the first part in a long installment of videos that I'm going to do on prenatal yoga. Yoga that's going to take you month by month through every stage of pregnancy, and then after pregnancy we'll do a postnatal series as well of yoga sequences that can help you recover from birth and get strong again. So, first one is month one, which for those of you who are in the know or have been pregnant before, you know that actually, technically, the first month of pregnancy, you're not actually pregnant yet. So they start calculating the pregnancy based on the first day of your last period. So month one is actually when you're trying to get pregnant. So that's what this video is going to be about creating kind of the conditions for helping to foster fertility and pregnancy. So to start out, we're going to come to seated, and you can sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. If it's more comfortable to prop up on a block or a bolster or some folded blankets, feel free. It's important that you feel like you can really relax your hips and your back without feeling like you have to force yourself upright. So coming to a nice comfortable seat and shifting around on your hips until you feel kind of grounded in your pelvis and relaxed in your shoulders and hips. From here, go ahead, close your eyes. And with the eyes closed, allow your awareness to drop inside your body. You can have your hands resting on your legs, palms up or palms down, whatever's more comfortable. And breathing in and out through the nose, just feeling your breath dropping down into your belly, allowing your belly to be soft. As you inhale, the belly will gently expand and open. As you exhale, it will soften back in. And as you allow the belly to soften, just noticing the flow of thoughts through your mind. For a lot of us, trying to get pregnant, even though it should be a really fun experience, for some people it's quite stressful. So this part is just allowing us to acknowledge if there is stress around it, just noticing that. If there's a sense of excitement or joy or fun about it, that's fine too. Just noticing the emotions, the thoughts that are flowing through your mind and allowing your belly to soften. And then from here, go ahead, open your eyes, and then we're going to come onto hands and knees. On hands and knees, go ahead and spread your fingers nice and wide, bring your big toes to touch, and sit back onto your hips. As you sit back and come into child's pose, let your head rest down. For some of us, our hips drop on our heels. For others, the hips are up from the heels. It's fine. You can have the hands under your head to help give you more support. You can have your hands folded at your sides if that feels better, or you can just keep them stretched out in front of you. And in child's pose, go ahead and breathe into your back, feeling your back soften with the breath. And as you inhale, rising up to hands and knees. Once again, spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're going to move through cat and cow. Exhaling to gently round through the back, drop the head, let it hang. Inhale for a gentle arch, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, a gentle arch into cow. Staying connected with the breath. Just feeling the movement of the breath and the movement of your spine coordinating together. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and tuck the toes under, step your hands forward about a hand print or a half a hand print, and pull back through the toes as you lift up into downward facing dog.
In down dog, go ahead and pedal the feet out a little bit, reaching one heel down then the other just to loosen up the calves. Let the neck and head be soft and free. Fingers are spread and you feel a whole palm of each hand grounding into the earth. Breathing here. Feel the power of the legs draw your weight off your arms. Inhale, coming forward for plank. You might have to adjust the distance between your hands and feet slightly in order to find that nice inclined plane. And from here, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Feel your thigh muscles lift towards the sky. Still breathing, but engage your belly button. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. And then as you exhale, your knees, chest, and chin gently lower to the earth. We'll inhale for Cobra. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Press the feet into the floor and lengthen through the spine. Breathing here. From Cobra, keep your elbows tucked. You're going to lift from your hips. Inhale, rise it up. And exhale, back to Child's Pose. Knees are wide and the body sinks down. From here, again, reach forward, tuck the toes, and exhale back up into downward facing dog. Relax the head. From down dog, you're going to inhale, lift your right leg to the sky for half down dog. Toes point down, the heel lifts up, hips are square. Exhale, step it forward, and we're going to move into a low crescent lunge. As you drop that back knee to the floor, if your knee is sensitive, feel free to fold the mat over an extra time or tuck a blanket under your knee to help give it some support. From there, you're going to feel your hips sinking forward and down towards the earth. As the hips sink, you're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers, pointer fingers reach up for Crescent Moon. In Crescent Moon, feel this really delicious opening across that whole left front line of the body, opening through the belly, the hip, the thigh. Feeling almost that sensual nature to the pose, that feeling of lifting through the heart, softening through the hips. And then inhale, go ahead and straighten the front leg. Take the hands to the hips and we'll move into Ardha Hanumanasana. For half Lord of the Monkeys pose, you can keep the hands on the hips and hang out right here. Or if you like using blocks, you can take blocks to either side of the leg and rest your hand on the blocks. They can be at any of their heights. Or if you like, you can take the hands to the earth. Make sure that that front knee though isn't locked. Give it a little bit of bend, keep it unlocked. Drawing back through the hips and reaching forward through your heart. The hands can be kind of at your sides or they can reach forward. Make sure you're breathing. And then bending through the front knee, let the hips sink down, and we'll step it back, downward facing dog. From here, taking the other side, inhale the left heel to the sky, and exhale, step it forward, dropping the right knee down to the ground. On this side, still feeling the hips dropping forward and down. As you inhale, interlace, release the pointer fingers, and lift up and back. The hips drop forward and down as the heart lifts up and back, feeling now that really delicious opening across the belly and the front of the left thigh. Right thigh. The right thigh. And then inhale, straighten through the left leg, take the hands to the hips. And exhale, bowing forward for Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, hands can be hips, blocks, the floor. Draw back through the heart. Or back through the hips, forward through the heart. And then bending through the front knee, go ahead and step back again to downward facing dog. Inhale for plank, coming forward. Engage the legs, the core. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, and cobra. Slowly lower. And inhale, scoop it up. Moving blocks aside if they're in your way. Plant the feet, lift the heart. Tuck the elbows in. Inhale, lift from the hips. And exhale again, child's pose. Release it back. Each time we come to child's pose, let your body fully soften, let it fully let go. And then reaching forward, and we'll come back into downward facing dog. Knees can always stay bent in down dog too. If that's more comfortable for your back, that's just fine. And on an inhale, go ahead and lift your right leg to the sky. This time for down dog splits. Let the hip open and point the toes. The leg can reach long, or you can bend the knee, whatever's more comfortable. Breathing here, just feeling that really lovely opening through the hips, that freedom. And then as you exhale, stepping forward. And from here, we're going to move into warrior two pose. Bending through the front knee until you can just see the big toe to the inside of the knee. The feet line up heel to arch. Front heel lines up with the back arch. Shoulders are soft. Feeling the hips opening up, feeling the belly soften. And inhale for reverse warrior, lifting up and back. You can gaze to the back knee or the back foot or to the top hand. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Step it back again. Inhale, the left leg lifts to the sky. Again, let the hip open for a few breaths. Feel that freedom in through the hips. The leg can be long or bent. Stay with your breath. And then exhale, step the left foot forward to rise up into warrior two on the other side. Let your shoulders soften. Again, make sure you can see the front knee or the front big toe to the inside of the knee. And inhale, reverse warrior. Relax the shoulders. Opening through the left side of the belly. And then exhale, back to downward facing dog. Notice that we're not doing any jumping in this practice. This first month of pregnancy, since we're really focusing on allowing the embryo to implant itself in the walls of the uterus, we don't want to do anything that would jar that. So there's no jumping, nothing aggressive. We're being very gentle with the body. Inhale, coming forward for plank. If you like chaturanga and up dog, you can substitute those poses with your hair in your face, or you can exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra, and exhale back to child's pose. And from child's pose, now we're going to come back into downward facing dog to move into pigeon pose. So inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, let the hip open. And then as you exhale, sweep the knee forward, gently draw it up towards your wrists and place your shin on the ground. From here, Lots of options. You want to try and line your hips up to face straight forward, and you can adjust the angle of that front foot to find that comfortable stretch in the right hip. You can also grab a block or a bolster or a blanket and tuck it under your right hip for a little more support. If comfortable, go ahead and lower down onto your forearms, where you can either rest your head in your hands or bring it down or take the head to the earth. Either way, wherever you are in the pose, you just want to feel your hips softening down. Feel that deep but comfortable stretch in the right hip. The right toes are just gently drawn back a little bit to help protect your right knee. And if there's any pain or discomfort in your knee or your lower back, you can always flip this pose on your back. So if you're happy here, just breathe into pigeon, breathe into that really glorious stretch in the hip. If you're not happy, you can always flip onto your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, and you can stay there, or you can hug the knee into the chest. Either way, whatever version you're taking, you're going to feel that right hip soften into the stretch. I'm walking the hands back up under the shoulders. Go ahead, tuck the back toes, plant the hands, and let your exhale bring you back into down dog. To take the other side, inhale, the left leg lifts open through the hip, and exhale, draw the knee forward. The shin comes towards your wrists any amount. From there, feel free to lower down any amount, lowering the head towards the earth or supporting the head on the hands. And this is a notoriously asymmetrical pose, so sometimes it feels fine on one side, but the other side you'd do better to flip onto your back. So you can take that version on your back on either side if that's what your body's telling you to do. Always listening to the signals of your body. Whatever version you're taking here though, just slow your breath down. Enjoying that deep stretch into the left hip, that softening feeling through the hips. So when we're preparing the body for pregnancy, if you haven't noticed, we're opening through the hips, we're softening through the belly, and we're kind of creating this space in our belly and our hips that's welcoming. That's kind of allowing energy to be nurtured, and creating this sense of kind of self-love and self-acceptance along the way. And then from here, go ahead, walk your hands back up, tuck the back toes under, and step it back for downward facing dog. And then from down dog, now we're going to flip onto our backs and take a supine child's pose, Supta Balasana. Just gently hug the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Massaging the back. From there, let your arms open out at your sides, just a comfortable distance. Feet are wider than the hips, and we'll take some gentle windshield wiper twists. So exhale, let the knees drop to one side. Inhale to center. And exhale to the other side. Moving with the breath. Exhale as the knees drop down. Inhale as they rise back up. Feeling that just soft ball and socket rotation in the hip joint. Just that really gentle rotation. At the same time, softening through the belly. And then from there, go ahead and step the feet in so they're about hip distance apart. Bringing the ankles under your knees, arms at your sides with the thumbs pointing up. From here, we're going to roll up and down through bridge. Scoop the tailbone under and inhale as you peel the spine up, one vertebra at a time. And exhale as you roll back down, vertebra by vertebra. Nice and slow. Moving at your own pace. Inhale as you roll up, reach through the knees. Exhale as you roll down. On this last third round, we're going to inhale, gently scoop the tailbone under, rolling up, and breathing at the top. You can either just press the pinky side of your arm and shoulder into the ground, or you can walk your arms under, interlace, lift the hips from there, and feel the belly just gently stretch and open. Soften the throat, the jaw, the forehead. Stay connected to your breath. And then as you exhale, release the hands and gently roll back down. Once you reach the bottom, once again, hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side. From here, you can stay just gently hugging the knees in, or you can move into Happy Baby pose. For Happy Baby, you're going to reach your feet up towards the sky, and you can take hold either behind the knees or to the outer edges of your feet as you gently draw your knees towards the floor, and at the same time press your lower back or your tailbone into the earth. If it feels good, you can just gently rock side to side, softening the belly and feeling that deep opening in through the hips. And then from there, release the arms, bring the inside or the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees open outward for bound angle. And you can have the arms resting at your sides. If your lower back needs a little more support, sometimes using blocks under the knees, or you can just tuck your fists under your femurs, your thigh bones, and rest there. Or if it's comfortable, you can reach your arms up overhead and take hold of the elbows so you get that full body opening. Closing your eyes here, once again connecting to that deep belly breathing. Noticing any emotions or sensations going through the body with this very vulnerable pose. And focusing again on creating kind of warmth and love into our belly, into our hips. And then as we move into Shavasana, into our final relaxation pose, some of you might want to just stay here. Just bring your arms down at your sides. You can stay in this position, or you can take a traditional Shavasana, just letting the legs rest down. Or for a really nice restorative pose that again goes along with this idea of kind of bringing that love and welcome energy into the belly, you can roll to one side and set up for a version of legs up the wall pose. For this version of legs up the wall, we're going to use a bolster, or you can do it flat on the ground, or you can use a folded blanket or two under your hips. Bring the bolster so it's not quite touching the wall. You're going to come to sit with your profile to the wall, sitting on the bolster. And then from there, you're going to do a little flippity-doo-dah, flipping up, getting the bolster right under your lower back, under your sacrum. Bringing the legs up the wall, and you can keep them straight up, or for more of that hip opening, you can come back into bound angle, into Baddha Konasana, bringing soles of the feet together, let the knees open wide. Closing your eyes, again, whatever version of Shavasana you're taking, just allow your body to melt and soften into it. Slowing your breath down. And again, noticing any emotions or thoughts that are flowing through your mind. Without the need to necessarily judge or change them. But just noticing the physical sensations that go along with those thoughts, with those feelings. At the same time, allowing your breath to stay soft in your belly. Directing loving kindness in towards yourself, towards your belly, towards your hips. And feel free to stay here as long as you like. Continuing to feel the breath slow down. Feeling the stress melt away. Feeling the body soften and relax. Feel free to stay here as long as you want. When you're ready to come out, you're just going to very gently wiggle fingers and toes. Take little circles for the ankles, the wrists. And wherever you're at, you're going to gently draw your knees to your chest and roll to one side. Especially if you were in any version of legs up the wall, spend several breaths on your side. Give your body time. Again, we don't want to do anything too jarring to the body, but we also don't want to mess with our blood pressure and faint. That would be bad. Nope, I just want to relax. Take it slow. As you're ready, you can gently come on up to come back to seated. And from seated, coming back to that comfortable Sukhasana, comfortable seated pose, pose of ease. Sitting tall, go ahead, close your eyes. Once again, reconnecting with that flow of breath down into the belly, with the softening of the belly. Practicing non-attachment in this month, this first month of pregnancy, can be very challenging. Because usually, if we're trying to get pregnant, we might be a little attached to an outcome. So just taking this time to know that if it doesn't work out this month, that you can always have lots of fun trying again next month. And just directing that love and compassion inwards towards yourself. As you're ready, opening your eyes. Inhale, float the hands up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to the forehead for peaceful thoughts, to the mouth for peaceful words, to the heart for peaceful action. Om Shanti. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for watching the video. I wish you the best of luck in your journey towards making a baby. And if things work out for you and you want to move on to month 2, stay tuned to my YouTube channel, or maybe it's already up for month 2 and beyond. Have a great day. Namaste.